RagTag recap. What is this, technically week 4?
This is technically an official
We are
month.
1 month into this, David.
1 month in, and we already have 40 followers.
40. That's a lot.
That's insane to me.
It is, because it doesn't feel like it, but we're here. We're out here getting it.
We're here. We're living.
We're living. This is. Let me just check my calendar. Okay, this might be my second to last one for a couple weeks. So I've got this one. Got next week. So I got 2 more, and then we go into my break.
Nice. So we have 3 more weeks of listening to you.
Yeah.
3 more weeks of listening to you, and then gotta figure out something.
I've got my ring light on today.
All right.
Allison keeps telling me I'm gonna take pictures of my booty hole with it.
I mean,
get one for yourself.
I guess.
Get one for yourself, David.
I don't really need one. I have okay lighting, I guess.
For now.
But today we will be interviewing Gage Hellyer.
Gage.
He's a photographer.
Funking up right now. Am I weird acting up here?
What up, Kiefer? How are you doing today?
Yo, what's up, Kiefer? Welcome back. Welcome back to another week.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. While we wait for Gage, let's do an update on the Battle of the Barracks.
Yeah, we had 2 more battles this week. We had Alex Midler and Hoffler.
Kelvin Hoffler.
And then we had Tori Pudwell and Sean Malto. We're doing good. Ginger Chris, how was your birthday, man? I gotta ask.
I'm doing great today. Ricky's doing great. How was your birthday? But the Kelvin Hoffner game was a sweep, and
did we both vote Midler on that one?
I don't remember.
I think we did, and then we split T-Puds and Malto. We
split T-Puds and Malto, but I know I chose T-Puds because it's greatest.
That's dope. That's dope, Ginger Chris.
Hell yeah, I love getting money on my birthday.
Who doesn't?
That's the best That's the best time to get money.
So we'll start with Midler and Hoffler. That was a clean sweep. And you said that was probably the shortest game we've had so far.
It was about 3 minutes.
I'm going to be honest. I did not watch that game after he told me that. I did not feel it was worth it once we have somebody here who can talk about it anyway.
Greatest part of that match was probably Alex Midler's mom. She read the rules. She was
very attractive, apparently.
Pretty attractive. But and then I looked at the YouTube comments, and they was just like, dude, Midler's mom is so hot. And I'm like,
whoa. It's that dude's mom from American Pie.
Stifler's mom?
Stifler's mom.
Instead of Stifler's mom, it's Midler's
mom. Yeah, and then we had Tori Pudwell and Sean Malto. That one I did watch. That was a full 12 minutes of flat ground skateboarding.
I loved every second of it.
Dude, it was. At first, I thought Malto was going to win, and then
I thought it was going to be a clean sweep.
Yeah, it looked it because what would have been his E, Tori Pudwell's E, he ended up, they were like, oh, redo, whatever. Redid it, and then he landed it, and then Malto missed the next trick, and then it was all Pudwell from there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can we get do the icons get a intermission?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts because you can tell.
I thought the best part of the game, honestly, though, was the very beginning. Tori Pudwell went to go do a trick to start it, I believe, and they were like, "Good luck," because I mean they've known each other for fucking ever now, so
best friends pretty much.
Yeah,
we have our guest in.
Oh, we do.
Hey,
hello, Gage.
What up, Gage?
I'm getting my headphones on.
This man's got a killer mustache.
And I'm smoking a stogie because I'm hungover.
That's one way to do
Yeah,
it.
how was that beach stream last night over at Aaron's house?
Dude, it was hectic. It was freaking hectic. Dude, me and him were doing shots before we got in. We're like, dude, should we do this?
I joined in and I was like, beach party? What the fuck is going on here?
Dude.
And then I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, because like there was this big thing, like when that hot tubs thing came out, like, or that category on Twitch, me and Aaron were like, dude, since everyone's making it a joke to like put a hot tub in front of their webcam, why don't we just like actually do it? And Aaron's girlfriend was like all into it, so she went and got all this stuff. They had it all set up, and I'm like, Aaron, we doing this today? And he's like, not texting me back. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, dude, but I'm gonna bring over, because I guess his computer was overheating because it was too hot out.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I have one of those coolers like that you set your laptop on. I was like, that might help. Like, let's try it. And I go over, and he's like, dude, I'm kind of glad. After we got in the pool, he's like, I'm kind of glad you came over because I wouldn't have done it. I was like,
he didn't want to do it without you.
Yeah, no, he was just like, you helped me to it. So I was like,
hell yeah,
better get in.
It was so funny.
For anyone who doesn't know, Gage is Jaws' photographer. And a Tetris aficionado as well, and from what I hear, an avid gardener.
Yes, I love gardening. Gardening is it's kind of weird how I got into it, but I love gardening, dude. I just love it. It's the most amazing thing ever.
I've definitely mulched a few gardens in my time.
Mulching sucks.
Yes, it does. Got paid well for it though.
Yeah, mulching definitely is hectic. I've done a lot of mulching too before I gardened, but it's important. It is an important thing.
Yeah, one of the first few streams I watched of you was you were like gardening, doing something. I was like, oh, this is sick. It's like cool, chill vibe. And then it just got way too windy.
Yeah. No, that's when I was doing the dragon fruit. That's when I was like, okay, so that's like basically I was like, all right, I want to stream too, but my computer is not that great. So I was like, I'm gonna garden. A webcam and a stream is not gonna, be that gnarly. So I was like, dude, I'm just gonna try it, and it worked. The first one sucked, but
can only go up from there.
And then
go ahead.
Just like going from that, it's like watching. Like, I never thought like I would sit down and like sit at my computer and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this dude garden.
Yeah.
But then like you're like telling us like, oh, this is how you do this, and then you're like basically teaching people how to like do shit like that. And like, I think that is the sickest thing.
Yeah.
Although in David's defense, he does watch alpacas.
So do I. I literally was just on WP Farms.
Dude, WP Farms is sick. Gage got me into them.
Yeah, and he's like a good dude. He's like a sick dude. They set up a match. I don't know, David, if you were there or not in the stream, but one night Aaron was like, hey, come over to my house. Let's play some Tetris and do a stream. I'm like, all right, like normal stuff when we kind of first started. And this is when T-Rad was setting up matches. And like, so they waited until like 2:00 because in New Hampshire, it was like 7 a.m. or whatever. So they set up a match with me and Farmer Jay. We played level 9s. It was sick, dude. It was a nice surprise. It was definitely a nice one. But yeah.
Right. So my first question I have, I'm trying to think of like how to word it. So how long, I think I know how long it took you to get into like your first magazine, but I don't know if other people know that. So how long did it take you to get into your mag?
I started sophomore year. Actually I have it available. It was Automatic Magazine. It was my buddy Brian doing a drop-in so there were these poles that go down. It was almost like a brace for a wall. And I was in contact with Automatic, and they just ran it randomly. And it probably took me 5 years, to get ran in a magazine.
That's right.
And,
That's it.
Yeah, actually, here, let me grab the magazine real quick.
Oh, for sure.
It was this issue. I forget what year it is, to be honest. But yeah, it's torn up and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, and it was this one. So like this right here, legit. I don't even know what it has to do with the article. They just threw it in like bro style. It was that.
Hell
That's
yeah,
dope.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, that was my very first. I was actually working at Albertsons, the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the shitter. I'm not kidding. And Aaron texts me. He's like, dude, congrats. You got your first moto ran. I'm like, what? They didn't even hit me up.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's.
And then, yeah, I
that's
know.
it's a crazy feeling. I can imagine.
Yeah. And then it was like, all right, now I'm a very task oriented person. So it's like, then it was like, I want to like bigger. I want to go bigger. And then like, and then, yeah. So
That's sick.
it's been a journey, dude. It's been a freaking journey.
What got you into photography? Was there any like certain aspect of it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So like when Aaron was just turning AM, I met my buddy Garen, and he had like a Nikon D50 or whatever, and there was this website called SkateAZ, and like you had to like be in a clique to get into like an actual account on there. Like you had to go through an admin and like be like, hey, I want an account. Like, and I kept drilling. His name's Drew, and I kept hitting him up, and I was like, that's why I was like, I'm gonna get good at this. I want to get good at this. And my buddy Garen he had an account on SkateAZ, and I just wanted to be in with the boys. It's kind of like Tetris, and and it just turned into a passion, man. I don't like shooting anything other than landscapes and skateboarding. Landscapes I like because I can be alone. Skateboarding, I don't like modeling, like put your arm here, do the like, dude. Skateboarding's just, hey, you ready? Yeah, go, and then you're doing it, and
you get it. No,
it's like you get it. Yeah, and it is stressful because there's some times where it's like, fuck, I missed it. Can you just try it again? Like it's like, then they're like, fuck,
I've been there.
One more in you. Come on, I just need one.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I know you
it.
just landed it, but photography in its defense is actually kind of cool because technically it doesn't. A lot of the photos you're looking at that aren't sequences are probably not lands, but they just look amazing.
They just run them anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like how I got into it. I just slowly started shooting with Aaron, and
that's sick though.
Yeah, it was basically I want to be one of the boys.
Yeah,
I guess that's what. Yeah, I just wanted to be involved somehow, and that's why I really
you do with your friends and shit.
Yeah, that's why I like talking with you guys, because it's like, dude, I see me and you when I was a kid. You want to just get something, you want to do it.
Yep, we've been there.
You like there's a certain type of person I like, and it's your style where it's like, let's do it instead of talking about it. I like doers, not like just are you gonna talk about it, or are you just gonna do it?
People are just gonna do it instead of just being like, oh yeah, I'll do it eventually.
Yeah, we talked about it for like 5 years, and then David's just like, fuck it, we're doing it.
Yeah, you just got it's like it's that saying.
Yep.
There's a gardening saying, actually. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. You should have just do it. You're gonna be nervous, and and when you're like, your RagTag is actually gonna progress. I sincerely hope so. I hope you have that, and I see you have that vision.
Oh yeah.
And just remember, you're gonna get more nervous, and then you're gonna get a little bit more nervous when stuff starts happening. But it'll become normal. Like.
Oh yeah,
it's
sure.
It's just how it is, man. And like,
that's like the sickest thing. Like, I've said it before, like, skateboarding community is just like so open, and then like once you meet like certain people, like I've met you and Aaron, and it's like I always looked up to Aaron, and now like when I had him on the podcast, I was like, holy shit, this is like unreal.
I'm gonna throw up.
No, it's not, like people, like somebody was in my chat when I was streaming yesterday, and they're like, hey, what's it like having like somebody like that, like as a friend, where I can literally pick my phone up and just like it's just Aaron, like that. it's funny because when we hang out, like it is so rare nowadays that we actually talk about skating. It like seriously, it's just like if when he gets back on the board, it's gonna be like I'm gonna be getting texts, hey, you want to go to the spot? And I can't wait for that. By the way,
Yeah,
Right. We're excited.
yeah, like you can't scratch. You're just like, oh.
It's been too long. Like I just like, after I was like, dude, I'm tired of waiting to get paid for stuff, and it just, I was just over it, and I just was like, I'm gonna do it as a hobby now, and it's actually more fun as a hobby. So like, it, and I already have all the contacts and stuff. So if they need a photo, dude, fucking take it. Send me a couple $100, whatever.
For sure.
But it's not like I'm like not trying to like, dude, I gotta, make this bill, dude. Like, I gotta pay my phone, and it's like, dude, I gotta wait a month, like, for them to get back to. I'm good.
Yeah, it's better to have it as a hobby than a job at that point.
I find if you do it as a job, it gets boring, and you don't want to do it anymore, and you lose your passion for it.
Yeah, and well, I still have the passion, but it's a lot more fun when I don't have to worry about the money aspect of things. And people want you to always do stuff for free, and it's like if it's something for Aaron, of course, but like it's just
it's like random people like, hey, you shoot really good. You want to come take a picture of me?
Yeah, I've actually done more advertising stuff. Like this Bones post, like I shot that was actually my first post that I ever got shot of Aaron, and like people like that. I did that for free. Like when like come on, like and then but the money does come. It does come after a while. It does. Yeah. That's the thing about it. It does come. But
which is sick.
Yeah,
it's like I see like. I was talking to and it's so funny because I was talking to my uncle the other day. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a photographer on the stream tomorrow." He's like, "Oh, that's sick." And I sent him your Instagram. He goes, "Dude, his fucking photos are really good." And this is a guy who does not skate or anything. He's just like, "His photos look sick." And I was like,
"It took a lot of work."
I was literally just scrolling through your Instagram before we got on here too.
Yeah, and I'd hate to say it, but like. I did shoot. I honestly used a lot of my friends to practice on, like before I started. It was almost like I'm gonna get good, and then people started noticing, and then it was like I was getting invited to spots with like people I looked up to, and it was like I'm finally starting to, that barrier of entry. You're like, it's starting, and it keeps rolling, and it's like, dude, this is happening, like.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it's that barrier of entry that I find intriguing. That's what I like about it. I like that task. I like the goal. Like having goals.
There's no end to it.
Yeah, like you can keep going, and it's just, and that's just how I am as a person in general. And it's sick. It's sick.
Who is your favorite person you ever shot with?
Let's see. Oh man, I should have thought about these questions. Favorite, let's see. I'm trying to think. I think the sickest person I ever shot with and the coolest person is Figgy. When I went out with Figgy a couple times. Figgy's just so laid back, just doesn't care. But like other than that, like obviously I like shooting with Aaron, my buddy Nick Freeney, stuff like that. That's more of a comfy kind of session, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm with my best friends out skating. It's not like fucking with Figgy. It's like Figgy, dude. Like it's like and that feeling does go away after a while. You're just like, hey, whatever,
Yeah, it's just like, oh, he's just another guy, another skater.
Yeah, it's exactly how it is, dude. And it's like. Smoking a J, like I smoked a joint with Caswell Berry, dude, at a spot. Sick. It was insane. Like I literally just started smoking, and I'm like sitting in the Caswell's like, "Hey, you want to go smoke?" I'm like, I just started smoking weed for the first time like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go in here, and I'm just like sitting with Caswell Berry in the Enjoy van. And I'm just like, dude, this is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like that is so insane.
Yeah, dude, wild. I would not do one thing different over again. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it different. I would not. It's still fun,
Yeah, and it gives you a story in the end.
Yeah, like I have so many stories. Like, dude, camping up north, dude, and I forgot a fucking can opener because I'm trying to make tuna, and I'm like hitting this. I'm drunk, and I'm like hitting this thing with a rock, and like, dude, it just was, just crazy stories like that, dude.
Just hitting it with a rock.
This scar, dude. I got hit in the head with a skateboard, and it's just like, that's on me now.
Was that what Aaron posted the other day on his Instagram story?
Yeah, dude.
I watched that and I was like, oh,
dude, it was. Yeah, it wasn't even like flat. It like hit me like square up, dude. And that was the first time my buddy Brian was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, dude, like he's saying sorry to me right now. I'm not bleeding. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't. And I'm like, dude, I'm good. Do you got glue? And he's like, no, we're going to the hospital. And it just starts gushing, dude. It took a second. Blood. Dude, it took almost like 30 seconds for it to start like really going. I was like, oh man. I'm in Tucson. I don't, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah. I feel like that's what people don't understand though, is like with like filmers and photographers, like we're right in the line of action. Like so if you get hit with boards, anything. Like I don't know. I've been hit with a board like a few times. I'm just like, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
I've gotten hit.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Actually, I forget who said it. I think it was Jamie Owens in an interview. Somebody was interviewing, and he's a photographer, and basically said if you're not close enough to get hit, you're not getting a good shot.
Yeah.
That's basically, especially if you're fisheye.
Yeah.
You're not, and it's true. I'm proof of it.
And that's like something you gotta take at that point. It's like it comes with what you're doing.
Yeah, and like equipment, dude. Like Dakota, I was shooting Dakota through a tuck knee at PV, and I just bought this brand new flash, dude. And dude, he kicked out, and it just demolished the flash, dude. I just paid $300 for this flash, and just dusted first session, dude. Dude, I was like, no, dude. And I bought it used. I don't have a warranty on it or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hectic. I love it though. I love it. It's gnarly.
That's like
I met the best people through skating.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. That's like one of my favorite. And like that's another thing. Like thankfully, I think I've only broken like one camera, which is good, and I'm glad. But like that's like one thing I'm like nervous about is like, but I'm not like, if I'm filming like fisheye or something and you hit the lens, I'm just gonna little
ding.
We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's how I am, dude. Like I don't know if you can see how like I need to clean that obviously, but like, dude, I've had scrapes. It really doesn't mess with quality too much, but with Photoshop, at least you can edit out those.
Yeah.
So
slight little bit of editing, you're fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like video at all. It's too much back end work for me.
That's what Dave does.
Yeah.
We have
to get better at it.
Pretty sure we have a video of David just falling on his face while filming.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens, man. It happens.
Did you hit a rock or something?
Yeah. That Walmart parking lot, right?
We were filming a line, and my friend Patrick is doing the line. He got 1-2 tricks and down room. I'm like, I pushed, and I must have hit the crack or something. I just boom. And then all I see is him turn around and he goes, "You good?" Yep.
Dude, so one time I was at I know the feeling. One time I was at this park, and it's like seriously 50 to an hour away from my house or the vicinity of my neighborhood, and I was going back to the car to grab the water we forgot, right? Or no, I was going back to get something. I know I was going back to get something, and my buddy Blue Heaty, he's actually AM for LE, Life Extension, but he wasn't at that point. But like, he's like, hey, grab the water, and I was like, what? And I turn around, dude, I hit a rock, and I land with my elbow like that. I have a picture of it on my Instagram. It's like deep in my Instagram, but I dislocated my elbow, and I was like, dude, like, this is insane. I went to the hospital for that one. I couldn't get it back in, dude, at the spot. Like, I was like, no, we're going to so I drove stick. No one I knew drove stick, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna drive 50 minutes with one arm. But yeah, it was bad, dude. It was bad. Yeah, rocks are the devil, dude.
Yeah, dude, they're the worst.
Dude,
skateboarding's worst enemy.
Yeah, dude, straight up. Like, rocks are like the worst enemy for sure. But yeah.
What does
I hate it. I hate rocks.
What's like your favorite thing when you're filming to like when you're shooting to like, are you rather be up top, down bottom, like? I'm
more of a bottom vertical kind of guy.
Right.
I honestly like. I do shoot some top. Like, if they're doing like something, it really all depends, man. Like, it's something that comes I guess it comes naturally to me. Yeah. I can look at a spot and see the trick that they're doing. Are they doing a backside big spin? If they're doing a backside big spin, and the composition calls for it, I'll shoot fisheye a little diagonal on top. If there's like leading lines, you want to look for leading lines into.
Right.
You want to lead the person's eye to the skate. Like, when you directly look at a photo, you want to instantly know what is going on. You don't want it to be confusing. That's like 101, dude. Skateboard photography.
Yeah.
And so if there's like leading lines, yeah, it really all depends. Like, if they're hitting a set and it's clear blue sky, I'd rather shoot from the bottom because the sky will entrap the skater. So you know what I mean? The skater is in the sky, and it's very, very clear to see what's going. Like, if you're shooting and the skater's like in the middle of our horizon, it's gonna look really awkward, and it's gonna take a while to get a grip on what's going on. You want to instantly be able to look at a photo and be like, that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and it calls for a different. Skate photography is just crazy in general, because one, you don't know if you're going to get the trick or if they're going to get the trick. Two, you don't know if somebody's going to run it. So your work, like, it's kind of gnarly, dude. You don't know if you're going to get kicked out. You're going to get a fine, like. Yeah.
I don't know how many times they've been like one of my buddies been like, just delete the picture. I don't like it. I'm like, this looks sick though. And like, no, delete it. We'll do it again. I'm like, this is fine though. Like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I got it one again.
Yeah, one more. Just delete that one.
Yeah.
And then you don't get a good picture after that.
Yeah, it's like, nah. See, I try not to do that too much. Like, if someone told me to delete a picture, I'd be like, nah. You're not.
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
No. And that's one thing I do like about skateboard photography is I get to choose. If you're shooting like a wedding or something, like, you gotta like.
Yep.
You gotta look past your bias on what looks good, because they're the consumer, and they get to pick, and it's like, and I would just be like, that won't look good in the print, but they want it. Like.
Yeah. That's their choice, and then you're like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah, and then a lot of like photographers that do other things other than other than weddings and stuff, they'll give people raw photos. I don't want people looking at my raw photos, right? Because it looks like trash, dude. Like it seriously looks like trash. Let's be honest. Like, dude, when you take a picture, it does look like it needs some fine tuning. Like, I think it looks like trash.
You got to adjust the lighting or some of the settings,
Yeah, it's just like, dude, like, I don't want to give that to you. Like, I don't want the world to see this, right? Like, you know what I mean? And
let me tune it a little bit, and then
let me throw some makeup on this real quick. We'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I like getting with it. I've done a couple jobs, and it's just like I actually do not shoot, but like photography jobs really. Like, if it's like, I just don't, because I don't like dealing with clients really. Because I am so like, if I gotta give somebody something that I personally would not use, I don't like doing it, dude. I think the last job I did, I shot a picture of the shop I was working at. I went around to all the shops, and I got to choose which ones, and I got to edit which ones. And I was like, here's the photos. This is what you got, dude. You know, like, and I did it for free, obviously. But I didn't do it for free. I was on the clock. But yeah, it was like, yeah, it's just.
You'd rather do something more independently because you don't want, like, because, like, yeah, you shoot a photo and they're like, oh, well, I want the raw one. And you're like, well, this looks like shit. I'd rather have like something better.
Yeah, like, well, I get it if they're gonna want to, like, so with advertisements, it's kind of like that. So I did like some web stuff for Thrasher with Ryan Reyes and stuff, and like they kind of want like I'll tune it up. They usually get to pick, but they usually are the ones in the back. I don't mind doing that if I get to pick the photo and they understand like, hey, this is like at least tuned up a little bit. There's the photo. Go ahead, go wild with it. And yeah, but if I gotta like, I particularly do not like showing raw images because it's like, it's not a complete thing yet. You know, that the other side has not been done. You know, it's like, it's kind of like if somebody lands something and they're like, you know, and it's trying to be professional or something, and they're like, fuck yeah, and you got to show that to like a client. You're like, oh my god, you know, you didn't have time to clip it, you know, like get that out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm just using that as a reference. It's just not a complete piece yet, and it's like I do not like people seeing that. And I guess that's a little what's that word? I'm very particular, or like it almost is embarrassing. I feel like it's like you're not getting. I don't know. I'm the artist on the back end. I just try to shoot it the best I can. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like that's why I like shooting film a lot, because there's not a lot of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Got anything else, David?
What was your trying to think, what was your first photo in Thrasher?
Aaron's kickflip 540. It was
he rocketed that off. He was like,
dude. I was really stoked too. Like after they ran that, it got one of those. It was on the Thrasher. It's still up on YouTube actually. What was it? The sequence. They just made a little video. Like it opens the magazine and then it shows the sequence and then it shows the video of it happening with no music or anything. I forget what it was called. But yeah, I was really stoked. I was like, oh my god, I even got one of these.
Yeah. So it's like you get like double, pretty much.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like when I first started, dude, I was seriously on Thrasher's website and I was like, I need to find any email. So I just found any email when I was in high school doing this. I was like, I need to find any email I can fucking find on Thrasher. And I was talking to this dude. He was like low level, like web design guy, you know? And I'm just rocking in photos to this dude. And he's like, all right, you know, and he got me into what's it called? Photo graffiti.
Yeah.
You know, I got into photo graffiti a couple times.
Yeah. That's
and
sick.
I did it through him. And then a couple years later, he's like, you know, I was still sending photos to him. He's like, let me get you in contact with Burnett. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Okay.
And then, yeah, me and Burnett, like, you know, and he would be like, dude, shoot it this way. He was giving me tips. And I'm like, oh, I love this, dude. You know, like the god of Thrasher, like photography. Yeah. And I was like, he's telling me what to do right now. And, you know, a lot of people get butthurt on that, but not me. I loved it. Yeah. I loved it, dude.
Yeah, something like that you got to take.
I would much rather have someone be like, hey, you know, I want, like, and especially with, like, someone like Burnett. It's like telling me how to shoot a photo. I'm going to listen to every single word.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on it. I actually remember the first critique he gave me. It was my buddy Nick doing a switch crook on this really mellow rail. And it's like a 7-stair, but it's super tall. And it's not steep. And he did a switch crook on it. I shot it long lens. And Burnett's like, dude, you need to shoot that fisheye, man. That does not look, because Nick's a tall dude. That's how you can pop onto those things. And he's like, dude, yeah, that's that was the first critique, and I'm like, all right, man, I'll get back to you and maybe reshoot it. I never reshot it, but yeah, it's amazing. But like, that's the thing is like, if I wouldn't have went on the website and been so ambiguous and actually just follow through, like, I would have never, like hitting a low level, like, and I went on any email I could find on every website, dude. And I got in contact with Jamie Owens at the Skateboarder Mag. And like, dude, I'm like talking to all these dudes because you just got to take the chance. You just got to do it. And
yeah, it doesn't hurt to try, honestly. That's why I've always thought of it.
Yeah, and it just was sick. Like, just these dudes to help me out. These low-level dudes were like, here, this is who you want to, get with. And I was hitting Jamie Owens up. And like, it was nuts. Like, too, on the Skateboarder Mag, do you know what FTP is, file transfer protocol for servers?
No.
So basically, they have a server where it's called, you download this thing called FTP, and you log in. They give you the credentials, the admin does, and you can go in there and you have your own little folder as a photographer, and you just drop photos into there. And it's just like they'll be able to, you label the date or whatever, and they'll just have a complete record of, like, I could go in there and literally look at like Sheckler shit if I wanted to. That unreleased, dude. It was nuts. I wouldn't do that. Respecting the privacy there.
Yeah,
it was just nuts. Like, I had my own like little folder. I was like, dude, I'm doing it. Like, holy shit, I'm doing this. I think.
We did have a question. Somebody asked, what is the photo graffiti?
What is photo graffiti? It's so you get like, correct me if I'm wrong, Gage, but you send in photos to Thrasher and stuff, and like, it's not like big name photographers or big name skaters usually. It's usually just like AMs or like stuff like that, and then they're still in a Thrasher, but it's just like in the back end of it. Yeah,
it's in the back. Like, literally, like, you could go out, like, I could go out and just be like, tell my buddy Brian, hey, like, do a cool kickflip here, and with a cell phone, I could send that, and they got the email down there. I never knew about photo graffiti until I was in it, to be honest, because it's all the way in the back, and it's like, it's just cool.
Checked out the cool shit at that point.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like the last few pages, but it's still like, anyone can get into it, really.
Yeah, you can literally, and it could happen in any issue. Like, I've had 2 photos ran at Photo Graffiti when I first started submitting photos to Thrasher. I was like, oh, this is, it's sick. I'm in Thrasher.
Yeah, it's sick. You're in Thrasher, and then it's like you like show. That's like something you show people, like, hey, I'm in a skate magazine. I'm cool.
Flex a little.
Yeah, just flexing, just a little, just a little.
Flex.
Yeah, but like for real, like basically how, I don't know if you guys know this or not. So like, to get in, like, this is why I never did a lot of editorial work, like magazine work, is because along the lines of it needs to be in context with a story. So when Aaron's True Blue thing was coming out, that was something that was going to get ran, and it got ran because that's what the context. If I go out and just like, I submitted a photo of Aaron right before surgery I just sent it to Burnett. I'm like, here, like this, I shot this. Because I don't know what they're doing in the future. I'm sure Aaron's going to have something. But I sent it to him, and that's going to sit there for a while, dude. Like, that kickflip 540, that was like, we need something now because this story is dropping. Like, the interviews and shit. And I was like, all right, here you go. And that's how it just happened. It just happened like that. So there's not a lot of magazine work. I always just done more editorial, like Aaron's kickflip over that hubbub with Footprint. I just always done that, and it's just because it doesn't need to be in line with a story or context or something. You know what I mean? So I never really went out on trips a lot, and it was just me and the buddies in Arizona. So
yeah, for sure.
So besides Thrasher, since it's like the Bible, what's your favorite to shoot for as far as magazines go? Like, who's your favorite to work for?
I actually never have shot for anything other than Thrasher. Other than who else did I get ran in? little bit of the skateboard mag, but that was all online shit, and that's how these magazines are working now. It's all online, and it's just like, and I was getting to the point where it was like, I was getting to the point where it was like, Thrasher still exists and stuff, and it was like, they're the ones running the actual print now, and it's just like, dude, there's no, but I could tell you my favorite magazine that I would, I was actually in talks with Jamie Owens, is the Skateboarder mag. They had the best spreads in there, dude. Like, they actually cared about the art of photography.
I have heard that. I have heard that they've got like crazy good spreads.
Dude, they would have a page where you open it up and it's a big spread, no words on it. It would say it on the back, but they would show the photo, and it just, I actually got goosebumps thinking about it, because I remember as a kid getting that magazine. I was like, dude, these photos are amazing, and it's just, it's just, I don't know. That's just my favorite magazine. But like I said, dude, I've done way more editorial, advertisements, that type of, online stuff, that type of stuff. Yeah. But like, it's always been like my friends. Like, I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm trying to think No, I've been in more magazines. I've been in Automatic. We actually started our own magazine out here for a while. It's called PS118. And Matt Price, he's actually was staff for Skateboard Mag photographer. Yeah. And the day he called me, he's like, "Hey, you want to be in this art show for the opening of the magazine?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so I got a little hand in that the next couple issues. And they're not doing it anymore, but it's cool to have, man.
I think so. Like, that's like another thing is like, I think like little zines and stuff like that are so like, either with like photography, or like there's some with like graffiti work and shit like that. Like, I think those are so sick.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're making a comeback.
Yeah, I really hope they do, because, dude, like, you got all these big dog, like, especially like Thrasher's the only one doing the print. Like, somebody's got to step up and compete. I know it's going to be a lot more expensive than doing everything online. But the thing is like, something needs to fill the void. And I'm noticing that with skateboard photography as well, because everything's Instagram. Everybody wants everything now. Like, I'm sorry, dude. There is nothing like a well-lit, like, you got 3 studio strobes at a spot, dude, and you're catching nice, you're getting nice light, they call them light signatures on your subject, aka the skateboarder, and it should, you don't get it anymore, dude. You don't, other than like the big dogs running stuff, like Jamie Owens and Burnett and like Atiba and stuff like that. Like, you don't get it. Like, it's all now. It's like, dude, like,
people want instant gratification on everything nowadays. Doesn't matter what it is.
Even if they made flash
Instagram
stuff if they even made flashes for camera phones, I think people would be too lazy to even set those up, to be honest with you, because they just want to they just want to click and there you go, or film it, get it out there. You know?
Unfortunately, I feel like Instagram has killed any art as far as photography goes.
Yeah,
because anybody can do it now. It's just quick edit. You're done.
It's basically what Instagram turned into for me. I still post on there, but it's very like, I'll put #skateboarding, #skateaz or whatever, and it's just like a photo. I admit it. It is self-promotion. Yeah. But that's all. I look at Instagram as if I'm looking at advertisements for people's lives, and it's just very ingenuous, I think. Yeah. And it's very it's not personal, and it makes people like actually like kind of. I feel like it could make people depressed, and I barely use it. I barely use it because everybody's just like, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. And it's like, dude, they're just showing the highlights on there. Yeah. That's all they're not showing like their kid getting like beat up or their kid like falling, like need to go to the hospital. Like, like, I don't know. I'm big. I do not like social media at all, except for Twitch. Twitch is fun. Because I get to play my Tetris there.
Oh yeah, I love Twitch.
I was listening to a P-Rod interview with the 9 Club, and he was talking about how he wishes they could go back to he remembers when he sold his first video on iTunes, you know, before anybody else was doing it. He's like Instagram ruined it because everybody wants everyone wants it now, and now all the parts that come out are free.
Yeah, that's what I.
He's like people don't realize we'd go out and buy a $50 VHS, and that would be that's what we wanted.
And you would watch it for years.
Yeah,
you would watch it for years.
That was his point.
I actually know what video you're talking about. It was P-Rod's Forecast.
Yeah,
I still watch that video, and it's like, dude, like, it's just the anticipation for a part to drop, and a lot of it is like my buddy Buster O'Shea and Hunter, like when they're out filming, dude, that's like 2 years in a making of one video, dude. Like, you know, like the anticipation for it's so much more amazing, dude. Instead of like filming a part and just dropping it on the net. I don't see what they get. I don't know.
Like ours, like what, like I know David's mentioned his, like ours, what we're planning on doing, and we're gonna be putting out like a limited DVD before it comes out online. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, good idea.
So, good idea. But it's gonna come with a ton of shit too. You know what I mean? So it's like you're getting all like the video, but you're also getting a free shirt with it. You're getting stickers. You're getting this and that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that incentive to buy it, but then we're gonna put it online. And everybody's gonna watch it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get all that extra stuff with it. So
and make it special. Make it a special thing. And that there's nothing wrong. That's the way it should be done. And the thing is like I can't tell you what part I watched last. That it was like I'll watch a part and forget about it, dude. Like I seriously, even it could be so jacked too. Like there's very rare people that I actually watch. Like a newer skater. It might not be new to you, but I found him and I was like, oh man, I love his LRG 1947 video, or his part is Miles Silva.
Yes.
I love watching that dude skate, and I remember those parts. You know what I mean? Like it's skateboarding's so crazy now, dude. It's just, you know, it's just nuts, dude. I grew up where nollie crooks were like insane, you know, or like big spin back tails, like, you know, like I grew up watching that.
You had a kid that just was like 12 or 13 years old on the X Games, just did a 1080 in front of Tony Hawk.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like,
and it's like,
I mean, it's like I can't even keep up with it, dude. I can't even tell you the last part I watched, to be honest.
Yeah,
I really can't.
I know Dave and I touched on like these kids out here coming doing the craziest stuff nowadays. Like we're watching Battle, and one of the kids did a fakie bigger spin, like half cab heel flip, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I was like some of this stuff. I don't know if you follow the bear. I know I'm being a hypocrite here, but like the barracks, dude. So, like the stuff on there is like, how is that even freaking possible, dude?
Yeah.
Like it just.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even enjoy shooting with those people because it would all be sequences, dude. I'd be behind this thing just basically videotaping with pictures.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't catch that in a single photo.
No,
you know what I mean?
First shotting everything.
Yeah. So like basically near kind of when I was like I gave it a year more when I was 27 because I wanted to become staff somewhere. And that's really not going to happen unless I'm in California. So I was thinking about it. And I'm like, Cali's too expensive. And so I was like, dude, now it's all, if you want to get a good skate shot, one single photo, a good skate, it's going to be an ender or a banger. And it's like, usually they're going to like pick a really high end photographer. And it's just like, I got weeded out, dude. There's nothing wrong with it. I had a great run. I had a great run there. Yeah. I did, you know,
and you still do it as a hobby, like, you know, so.
Yeah. Like me and Aaron went out, we found this pool right before you went in for surgery, and I had a blast there, dude. I seriously had a blast. Just Aaron just launching it like 4 foot over coping on an 8 foot fucking wall. I was like, dude, this is sick, dude. We found this sick pool. And yeah, it was just like just sitting there shooting. It's just like, this is so much more fun when I don't need to worry. We use that for his YouTube, like his the cover photo or the what you click on. You know, we use that photo. Yeah, that's what we used it for. It was just fun, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and if I can help out, I had a good time. You know, we're drinking beers.
Drinking beers and hanging out with your friends is like the best time. One of the best sessions.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that's what it should be about. And I'm trying to get back. I'm definitely gonna skate a lot more. I've been going to the skate park by myself a lot, and it's taught me that friends are the most important thing with it. I can tell you that, because I'm like,
skateboarding is like the most boring thing by yourself.
it is. I'll last like an hour and a half, and I'm just like, I'll do a trick, and like there's, whereas the buddy's like, oh, dude, that was sick, or like, hey, I'm gonna
no one to hype you up.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, it's sick that it's sick though. I still like, I'm getting back into the actual skating again.
Yeah, I'm
and
right
it's
there
like,
myself.
Just cruising, so much fun. Just cruising, I can still do all my tricks, which is nice, but it takes a little bit to get back, because I went so long, like I wouldn't even bring my skateboard on skateboarding trips, dude. Like I would just like bring my camera equipment. It's I would just
bring
shoot
your camera stuff. So
yeah, like I was like lugging around 2 big bags, like suitcases with flashes and shit in it. I'm like, dude, this is hectic, dude. Walking into a spot and just, I'm basically setting up a studio at a spot. It's crazy, and it's. I don't want the art to die. Is what
that's
I
fair.
don't
That's fair. Just got to pass it on to someone coming and you see somebody who's one of the filmer kids at a park or whatever. Be like, hey, like try it this way. Pass on the tips and the knowledge, and maybe they'll get into it the way you did.
Yeah, because go on YouTube, you'll find a couple videos. You'll find Atiba explaining what sync speeds are. You'll see, especially in the skateboarding realm, you'll find Matt Price like talking about some flash work, or you'll see. There was another one. I think it was Sam McGuire was talking about like flash sync ratios or something, and that's basically all you get from it. And it's like people need to like see the back end of like how do you contact magazines and do this. And I'm not the best at it. I am far from good. Like there's people that are way better than me, but I just want them to know that like if you really want to like get, because I love photography, and I'm sure there's kids that like skateboarding and photography, and I it seems rarer now. I rarely see people shooting anymore skate like quality stuff, I guess. I
usually bring my camera. Like when me and Dave go out somewhere, I've almost always got my Nikon with me, and we shoot some stuff, but never anything worth like nothing I ever really think's worth putting up. But like we play around with it. We get some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, I'm not saying you need to shoot skating, or do photography. It's just one of those things. Like it takes a while to get decent at it, and it's just like one of those things. Like I really want that to be passed along, at least to knowledge, because dude, the knowledge is a lot of it was done on Skate Perception. I learned a lot on Skate Perception, and that website Dust, and there was really good photographers on there, dude, and they would critique the shit out of you, dude. And and I like that, and I like that.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I'm always willing to take any, like, people want to give me information on, hell yeah. You want to give me help doing, I'm like, adjust me when I'm shooting or whatever it is, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, I will gladly take that information.
I there's got to be a pocket somewhere where there's people talking about it. There has to be somewhere. Maybe Slap. I haven't been on Slap in a while, but
I haven't been on Slap in a while either. It's crazy you bring that up.
Yeah, me and Aaron were just talking about it this morning, but that's the only where I could see like a forum going down of skate photographers anymore. It was all on Skate Perception. Like they were making graphs, like they would make graphs of like, this is where you should have put your flash. Here's your subject. This is where your other flash should go.
That's crazy.
And, like they would actually give you a graph of like where you should have had stuff, what your lighting should have. It could have been a little bit more dynamic or whatever. And like near. I mean, before the end of that website, I had a couple they had a photo of the day. Have you ever been on there?
I have.
No, it's kind of an older website, but like I had a photo of the day at least 3 times. And I was like, dude, that's sick. And that is all forum voted on. It was like, you put it on there and people would vote what the photo of the day is going to be.
That's pretty cool.
And think about it, dude. Like they had a photo of the day almost every dude. It was a really populated website. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah,
But
and that's like a sick achievement too, to like have your stuff displayed and be like, hey, this is the photo. Like this is the best photo of today. So
yeah,
it's like that makes you feel good. Like
like there was good, like we're talking like behind the scenes types dudes. Like they were in Thrasher and stuff too. Like
Bro,
they were shooting.
We need Instagram to get in on that.
Yeah, dude, no.
That'd be sick. Just do it for different, even like different sections. Do like modeling, like sports or like action, whatever. Like different things. You could have a different photo of the day for that. Like that'd be good shit on there.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, there's a business idea right there. You know, I mean,
Instagram is slacking.
But yeah, like I just want to keep that aspect alive because, dude, it's. I mean, these camera phones are nuts, but they're not DSLR with studio flash.
No.
Like, you zoom in on one of those photos, dude. It looks real soft.
It
looks real soft.
Little pixels
Yeah. I mean, they're getting better with it, but dude, it's not. It's
never going to be a camera.
Never going to be the same.
No. And like I would tell kids like, dude, you can have a kit lens with a entry level DSLR, but if you have flashes, lighting changes. Lighting changes the game. Lighting changes.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to shoot good skate photos, do it because I'm telling you, dude, like. You can get like one of these flashes for like $90, dude. Get 2 of these with some wireless triggers, dude. It changes the game. It changes everything.
Yeah.
You know, it changes everything, dude. You
For
know,
sure.
And I want kids to know how sick it is.
Definitely.
I think photography is just like a whole nother beast, along with like, cause like I said, I love filming, but when I see like people who like take photographs and stuff like that, completely different to me.
It is. You're more alone when filmers are more in on the session. You know, like usually like when me and Aaron and Cody used to go, well, we still do that, but Aaron's obviously hurt, or getting better now. He's in recovery. But it's basically mainly Aaron and Cody engaging with each other, like, you know, like because he's actively like, you know,
following him around,
filming, following him around, and I'm kind of in the back. I'm just a secondary there, and that's the way it's always been. Kind of like Burnett actually did a funny skit. It's I think it was on the Girl Channel or something on YouTube, and it was like shit skate photographers say, or like you know, we're like total. Yeah, and it's like, hey, can you try that one more? You know, like we're just totally in the background, just like you know, we're like the nerds because it is more about art, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we're like the nerds that like art, you know, and it's skate mixed with skating. Yeah. And it's kind of goofy.
Yeah, I love it, honestly. Like I said, I watched that video and I was just like laughing, but I was like, this is true. Like
it's true. It is true. It is true, dude. It's like, hey, like what up, you know, like he rolls up listening to like Morrissey, and then he rolls up to like you know, like somebody who's a gang, and he's like, hey, what up? You listening to rap, like, and it's like, yeah, I love that skit. You know, I'm not like that, but like I am very varied with that type of shit. Like it's like, yeah, let's go to the spot, dude. Like, you know. Hey, I got that. He's like, hey, I got the. What did he? I forget what he said. He puts a McDonald's bag up on the ledge, and he's like, you got this one.
That's the
funniest. Sorry, David. One more thing. That's the funniest part about skate photography, because if you get the shot, they just need to land it. So you're just chilling. You know, like like sometimes I'd be like, dude, I'm not gonna get a better shot than that. No. You know, and it's just like that's the shot, and you just get the kickback. That's actually kind of fun because you're just like, now I get to chill with all the boys.
And chill.
Yeah, because most of the things. Yeah, especially when you're behind the lens, dude. I rarely get to see people roll away. You know what I mean? Right. Like with my own 2 eyes, it's always like, oh my god, he just did it, and then I like drop my camera. And it's like, you did it. You know, it's like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. But I think it's funny like that you brought up that whole skit and everything, because like it's like in Pretty Sweet where Jack Black is like the filmer, and he's like talking to I forget who He's talking to the photographer. He's like, I know what you're doing is good and it's important, but I'm a little more important here.
Yeah, exactly.
Move.
Yeah, and that's dude. The footage is the most important part. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times where it's like Aaron filmed that kick. I think Aaron filmed that kickflip before I even went there and shot it with him. So it's like he filmed it and he's like, hey, you just want to go do this, and he's like, yeah, let's go. And he didn't. It's just how it works. Like, you want to go shoot this? Yeah, let's go. And the missions where it's like you and the photographer, those are the best missions, because you're like, it's very slow because I got to set up everything. It's not like, hey, I got my VX, like, let's go.
Yeah, you got to do it now.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like I'm setting up all my flashes and he's just like, you ready? Yeah, start sending them. Like, it's basically art. It's just doing art. It's cool. It's fun, dude.
Yep.
Whole lot of art.
I got one more question. What is your most memorable shoot?
I'm trying to think. Kickflip melon on Sandra Day O'Connor, I'm pretty sure. But when Aaron did kickflip melon on that was like the first time I ever witnessed. I was at a spot with Aaron, and I don't know, it's a huge 17, and it's tall, dude. And we were there with Moose. Moose was in town, and he was trying to nollie flip it, but Aaron, that was like, I got to shoot a kickflip melon on that. That was dope. That was the dopest time. And I know it's like I was with Aaron, but yeah, I think that was the dopest session I've ever done, been on. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was the sickest.
That's pretty dope.
That was like some big boy spot. You know?
Yeah, 17 stairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? It's either that or that video that came out a couple years back when Aaron did the 1 through 19. Do you remember that? He would do a curb, then he would do a 2-stair. So we were looking for like 3 stairs.
Yeah.
We were looking for 4 stairs. And the hardest one to find was a 19. And yeah, and we were with Matt Price the whole day, and that was pretty sick. I would say Sandra Day O'Connor 17.
I watched that video so many times.
Yeah, but you should check that video out. It's pretty rad. Like, it's pretty cool. We went inside a mall because we knew there was a 19 inside this mall. And they all got kicked out, and I was like, oh man, and then the security guard hit Aaron up, and he's like, hey, you can come back at this time. But we ended up finding one somewhere.
That's so sick, though.
Yeah.
So
hey,
yeah,
come back.
It was so weird too. We were driving away, and he's like, hey, dude, the security guard just hit me up on Instagram and told me when we could go, because it's like you got to go through the staff area, and they barged it. They tried, but that was a hectic day. That was a really hectic day. That was insanely hectic. But
fun, though,
yeah, dude, we would just go to a 3-stair, and it's like Aaron just tried a 3-stair.
He just did a 3-stair, nope. Okay.
Yeah.
He hits all those big stuff, and it's like, that must be actually hard for him to do. It's just like a little 3-stair.
Yeah, dude, it's like, dude, he's just rolling off of it. It's yeah. We actually went to a 3-stair. I think it's a 3-stair. It's right by Aaron's house. We used to skate it just for fun, and they put the speed, that yellow bumps in front of it.
The rumble pads.
Oh, come on.
So the older we got, we're like, we can ollie over it and then just do it. It's like, it turned it into a more fun spot. And it's that spot was just way fun.
That's dope.
But that's my most memorable one. Sorry, I go on tangents, dude.
Oh, you're good.
It's
Definitely fills the time.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do this again. I loved it.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever you want, dude. I'm down. I'm down for whatever.
Sure.
I just, I'm an open book, basically.
Hell yeah, we gotta hear more stories about the.
We can do sections like Gage's party nights, shit like that.
Hell yeah.
Party with Gage. So.
Yeah, we
sick.
Party and play Tetris, bro.
Hell yeah. You got any shout outs before we get out of here?
I want to shout out Aaron, and I want to shout out RagTag, of course.
Oh, hell yeah.
You bros are the best. Seriously, you guys are hype. And I'm telling you right now, you guys got good heads on your shoulders. Just keep it up. Just
Thank you.
straight up, keep it up.
Appreciate the kind words.
Keep the momentum up. Keep trust me. I had a dream, and that was me going on Thrasher and hitting up a low-level web guy.
Hell yeah! And you fucking did it. I mean, basically, that's how it happened. Yeah. So just keep doing it, and be have fun. That's the most part. That's the most important part. Just have fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like whenever you guys want to chill again, I'm more than down.
Down.
I will hit you up for that.
All right, appreciate it, Gage.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night. All right.
You too.
You too.
Take care. Later, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.
Late.
All right, Ricky. So that was
shout-outs, huh? That was exciting.
We got rated by Zay.
So we did. It's not like a bunch of people.
Shout out Zay. He's a good homie. Zay is on Twitch. If you don't follow him already, make sure you follow him. My other shout outs are Pops. He's not in right now, but I will do this.
Shout out, we made Pops cry last week.
Boom. That's Pops' Twitch right there.
What's up?
Everyone go follow Gage on Twitch.
Definitely.
Gage's Gardens.
Follow him on Instagram too. Just Gage Hellyer photo.
I'm trying to type in his Twitch right now.
Come on, David.
His Twitch name.
Shout out myself for drinking this whole fucking thing through the podcast. Oh, I lost David. Oh, David's frozen. There he is.
I froze. All right, we're good.
You
right,
did pretty hardcore. All right, shout out one to myself. I don't know if you heard that. I drank this whole thing. This is what I was drinking in my coffee cup. Shout out Gage for being on. Like, hell yeah. That shit was, I learned a lot myself in that. I'll tell you that much. And shout out to Ideal Skate Shop down in Norwich, Connecticut. Check them out if you haven't. They got all sorts of new shit down there. He's got a bunch of new shoes too.
New shoes.
Yeah.
So go hit up Ideal Skate Shop. Go hit up Theory Skate Shop in West
Holyoke Mall.
Holyoke Mall. They have a bunch of new stuff, which is cool. They have the new
beanies out.
Brendan O'Connor boards that just came out.
Ooh, the new Hoodlum boards, right?
And Hoodlum. Sick guys. And that's it for this stream. We'll be back next week. Possibly with another interview. Gage might come back. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Don't know. Who knows who's going to pop
Bye, everyone. I love all of you.
Bye. I don't.